Yata Sai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Mano Bistam Sapitan Jena Bhutaleshwa Indu Pakadama Emeda Tiswa Kadanti Kanja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Siva Sadi Gaura Bhakti Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So we are very happy to be with all of you this afternoon. And we remain eternally indebted to His Holiness Bhakti Swami for giving us this work. This is rare jewels. How to use, how to control and channel our sexual energy in a very constructive and powerful way. So we are in section 3, taking action. And we are the last section of it, Leadership for an Age of Higher Consciousness. Today is day 23.
It's 3 o'clock.
Hare Krishna.
It's 3 o'clock.
Can you go on? I will continue. Go to the slide.
Yes, Gurudev, I think there is some echo. We are trying to resolve that. We'll just share the screen.
Is it coming?
Yes, I have seen it. Yes. I don't just put the whole section. Let me just go with the whole section. Just put it. Just pull out. Sorry. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. So we have been discussing what is sexual energy. What is it? Last week we mentioned that it is something that all species of life do on a regular basis. And at the same time, it's amazing that although many people are doing it, but they don't understand what it is. Therefore, it is misused. And the consequences of misusing that sex energy is so heavy that the whole planet is suffocating because of that. Just like when we look at the world, everybody talk about love. Everybody think about it. Newspapers is carrying it. It's on the newspaper, it's on the magazines, it's on the song. Musicians are singing about it. Poets are writing novels about it. People are advertising it on the billboard. Practically in everything, people talk about it. But not very many people knows about what is love. Everybody deal with lust and consider it love, which is not. And I repeat, the consequences is that the whole planet is being choked up because of the misuse of this powerful energy. It is very powerful. Therefore, Srila Bhakti Maharaj is so kind and so caring that he took his time to teach us this powerful thing, which is which is often misused. It's for our own benefit, because by knowing it and doing everything right, we are going to get the right result, rightful results, a powerful result, which will satisfy the whole planet. The whole planet needs these teachings. The whole planet needs these teachings. The whole world needs these teachings. Unfortunately, the people who are supposed to carry this message are people who are abusing it, using it, and exploiting it. In fact, we are being exploited by it. But we think that we are exploited. But actually, material energy is exploiting all of us because we are cheaters. That is confirmed by Gita 7.4, 7.5. So here, Gurudev is speaking. strong desire to receive distinction, adoration, or profit are generally signs of an uncontrolled sex drive. Practically everyone wants to be respected. Everyone. Even though we don't have the quality for being respected, but everyone wants to be glorified. Even people knows we're doing something wrong. We don't want to be told. Nobody wants to be told. Nobody wants to be advised. Nobody. The moment you start telling somebody about some bad thing we're doing, or the mood is completely. So good we say these are signs of subtle sex. Subtle. Distinction, adoration, or profit. Are generally signs of an uncontrolled sentiment. Although the connection with sexuality may not be immediately apparent, sexual energy can either rise to a higher level where it supports creative endeavors or fall to a low, degrading level of destructive behavior. Means what? We're going to give an example. Example. Actually, a few drops of semen are equal to many pints of blood. So the best way to waste our blood is by engaging in illicit sexual activity. That's the best way to waste our blood, our energy. We cannot think about something important. We cannot. Because what is the energy? What is the energy to think something constructive? We are going to see everything in terms of our own gratification. Everything, anything, any object we look at it, we perceive it in terms of our own gratification. That means that our exploitative nature, according to Bhagavad 7.5, our exploitative nature is what is maintaining the universe, what is keeping the material world on. Exploitative desire. Krishna explained that in Bhagavad Gita. It's very interesting. Bhagavad Gita chapter 7, text number 5. Aparayam itastu anyam prakritim vidim param tiva bhutam mahabahu daidam daryate jagat. Besides this, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entities who are exploiting. The living entities are doing what? We are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. By our exploitative nature, our misuse of sexual energy, we are destroying the planet and we are keeping the material energy on, the material world on. Yes. Although we belong to the superior energy, but we are always trying to manipulate the material energy. And as a result, material energy is manipulating all of us. We become completely bereft of our heritage. Our heritage is Krishna consciousness. So majority of people are losing interest in spirituality, in Krishna consciousness. And we prefer, I was reading a conversation is the proper they're having with one devotee. Why people are not interested in Krishna consciousness. The Prabhupada said we are fools, murka. We are fools. He quoted the the verse. the fools will not be interested in Christian consciousness. Right? And he told another story, which I remember, one story. A friend was telling his friend, let's go to they have been going to different parties. Wherever there is a party for sanctification, they're there. So one day the friend told his friend, let us go to Arkesante, which is just across the Ganga, just across. Just one boat, we are there in Mayapur. The friend said, oh, the rain is going to fall. Whatever he say, oh, this is going to happen. Any time oh, this is going to happen. Oh, this is going to happen. Oh, that is going to happen. But the moment he said, let's go to the second location, he's ready. Nothing will happen. He's ready to go there. Eh? A friend had to trick him one day. Oh, let's go for a party across the Ganga. So that day he had no excuse to give. And the friend has to take him to Harikrishna. As soon as they cross the Ganga, he said, Maya Putam. Huh? So we're not interested. But Prabhupada said you have to trick them because they're like children, like babies. Children are not interested to go to school. You have to trick them, have to trick the children, entice them to take to Krishna consciousness. That's the business of every devotee has. Our business is to trick the non-devotees who are not interested. But why are we not interested in Krishna consciousness? It's due to our exploitative nature, which has hardened our heart, that the illusory energy of Krishna has taken away our heritage. So now we don't have taste for Krishna consciousness. So those who are constantly meditating on sex and engaging in it, we should know that we are living a very dangerous, risky life. Because that is meant for pigeons. That is for pigeons, it's for goats, for dogs, for animals, not for human beings. Human body is meant for higher things, not for single person. Lord Saudeva has won all the children. Na ayam deho diha bajam yiriloke kaman tasan arhate virbujam jam tip. This instruction Lord that is given to the children. Na ayam deha deho. This body, ayam deha. This body is not meant for saying education. This body is meant for tapu di brom putra ka jena putra ka tapusha tapa dibyam. Austerity, divine austerity is meant for sudhir sudhir to purify the heart. The heart has to be purified from all the dirty thing, the dirty thing which has been accumulated there in the heart. So Gurudev he's giving us this powerful knowledge. This powerful knowledge. Actually, a few drops of semen are equal to many pints of blood. In ancient times, yogis knew that controlling and channeling their sexual energy would enhance their ability to attain self-realization. Indeed, celibate students were able to remember colossal amounts of information. In contrast, today, many people have to write almost everything down, still often forgetting where they have left their notes. This forgetfulness, at least in men, is associated with the constant release of vital fluid. No genuine higher God conscious realization is possible without mastery of the senses. So the whole purpose of yoga is to help us control the senses. Sense control is for human life. Sense control is for human life. Next, in the degree in which a man's mind is nearer to freedom from all passion, in that degree, it is also nearer to strength. This is a quote from some enlightened people, people who have wisdom. Not even devotees, but those who are decent human beings, who know the value of human, pious people. They know this perfectly. Sexual desire has been given to man, not for gratification of pleasure, but for the continuance of the human race. When you have escaped the violence of the sacred destruction imparted in your very vitals, energy, other desire will pass you by unharmed. Carnal pleasure is a low act brought about by the agency of our inferior and base members. There is nothing grand about it, nothing worthy of a man's nature, nothing. Seneca. It's a powerful continuation. Base members, inferior and base members. Base is for low class. He's saying here that this activity is done by base people, base men, base ladies, base men, base lady. They will engage in these activities. Highly enlightened people or not. The yogis, they will go to the forest to help control the senses. They preserve their energy so that they have a very powerful, they transfer the semen to the brain. They are called Sutradara. Whatever they hear is their mind, their brain is their recorder, not a writing pad and a recorder like we have these days. Even what we recorded, we don't even access it properly, like Gurudev said here. Even our notepad, we forget it. After writing, we will forget it, that we have written anything there. We might go to consult it back again to check what we have written, to remind ourselves. So we forget everything. Why? Because we are not Srutidaras. Now our brain is full of mundane things, concocted things. So we are important. So many important people all around. And the result of having important leaders or important disciples is that we don't have any effect. We don't have effect on the people whom we are leading. We don't have a mastery over our senses. But these are the qualities a leader should possess to be able to lead perfectly, effectively, to be able to give courage to the people who are being led by us, to give powerful direction to people whom we are leading, to guide people in a perfect way that people will be satisfied and happy and be satisfied in their practice of Krishna consciousness. This day we are giving people insecurity and fearfulness. That people don't feel that they have future. Therefore, they cannot give their best to us. So we complain of our followers and the followers complain about us. The problem is coming from both sides. So one-sided solution cannot help the problem now. We need a double. We need the both sides to be able to take care of what is happening. and to look for the solution to the problem. It's we, the leaders and those whom we are being led, how to put our head together to make something happen. This is required. Next, as we are dealing with a very important issue, we have to look at it from all angles. We have to also know what is really happening, not only from one side, from both sides. A woman's voice has a powerful subtle effect on men without their conscious awareness. Some are aware, some are aware, some are not, but some are aware how powerful the voice is. And this is some of the reasons why for men to be protected from being influenced by unnecessary energies. Unnecessary means that it is not meant for any wonderful production that will benefit everyone. For someone's selfishness, we can do so many harmful things, which is not beneficial for anyone. Like we will see in the history when the Swami ceremony and many other munis fall prey to celestial ladies. They purposely do that, and they do it intentionally. And some even do it with pride. So some are aware, only some are not aware and conscious. But some are conscious about it. They are doing it deliberately, especially for a spirituality who is trying to be fully Krishna conscious. We have a lot of challenges. Or any other aspect of spirituality. I know someone who told me that before coming to Christian consciousness, they have been to so many other spiritual organizations, and they will, whenever any organization they go, they will try to find a way to get the leader of that organization, and find a way to have union with the person. And the moment they get the person down like that, they will not go to that place again. They will find another place and continue like that. So some people that they are aware of this, and it is a pride for them. But some are not aware. But those who are not aware, now in Christian consciousness we should know. A woman's voice is very powerful. What do you say in Chitan chapter 8? At the time Mahaprabhu was running to a kirtan, a song by a lady, and the devotee, oh no, that is a woman, that's a woman, don't go there, it's a woman. Chitan Mahaprabhu was informed that she not going. And later when he saw, he said, oh, thank you very much for protecting me. Of course, he's a supreme person, but he's teaching us by example. Not that he doesn't know, he's an ecstasy. Either he's internal or external, he knows everything. And also, as a supreme person, he omniscient, omnipotent. So he knows everything. But he's teaching us the value of these things, how we should be careful. So in addition, a woman's gestures, mesmerisms, and body language send signals to men that can make them agitated, consciously or unconsciously. A woman's eyes can also exert great power. Yes? Yes. There are many ways to deal with things. We can communicate through voice, we can communicate through the eyes, we can also communicate through the body language. All these messages, all the different avenues to send powerful messages. And even without talking. And also from the mind, even without talking, from the mind, you can send powerful energy and affect everybody. For those of us who have been to other special organizations that are dealing with some psychic exercises. So these are very common knowledge. Radical feminism has become okay. Women can make effort to avoid agitating men unnecessarily. Otherwise, men tend to use this agitation as an excuse for exploitation and abuse. Men can begin to think of all women as mothers. A man who views all women as mothers will have respect, will have love, and have affection for them, instead of seeing them as sexual objects for egocentric sense enjoyment. Nor will he tolerate others who abuse them, who abuse women. Yes. Actually, if I should tell you the truth, because we are dealing with this powerful science, there's only thing which you don't know. For a man to go and talk to a lady, it is the woman who has called that man to come and talk to her. And then, but the man would think that it is it is me who is going to talk to you. It's the girl who have called us to come there. This is the truth about it. All these signs are going on. So as devotees, we know how to, because we are brothers and sisters keepers, we know how to use everything positively to benefit, to help everyone. As part of this exercises to help the environment, to help everyone, to focus on Krishna, some of the things to resolve all these things is that women are put in the back and men are in the front. All this demarcation. Women covers the head. That this covers the head, covers the feet. And I saw in Maharashtra, they still keep this in that even when they cover the head like the Muslims. It is good for the ladies, it's also good for the men. It's good for both sides. Very, very good for both sides. But people don't know this. They're thinking, why? One girl told me, I will not cover my head. But for you, I will do that. But when I'm not around, I will not cover my head. That's okay, at least you should do that. Everything has a beginning. It's okay, so begin from there. We have to take a long time to culture people to understand the importance of covering the head. Just imagine such a simple thing. You need to write a book. You need to write a book to culture people about a simple thing which was there before. So the day what we're seeing is that the things which were as conveniently accepted and practiced conveniently, happily, with a full knowledge. Nowadays, it is very, very difficult to implement it. Why? Because we have lost our sanity, we have become more degraded, and our senses have become so low, beyond the human reasoning. Therefore, all these things have become a difficult thing for us to follow. Difficult thing for us. Especially in the West. We spend a lot of energy trying to convince people. To convince people about what is necessary to be done and what is not necessary to be done. This we constantly do. To teach. This is science for people, which is beneficial for everyone. But everyone today is thinking, and we just mentioned, women want to feminism. Yes. Radical feminism has become an important social movement, creating even more fragmentation. However, men are largely accountable for this situation because it is their improper activities that have produced such a reaction. It is true, I 100% agree with this, and we have been addressing this issue many times. Many times. Men always try to squeeze women. Like, for example, one in Mayapur, uh, a proper disciple, American by birth, he's taking darshan in the temple room. And few brahmacharis came and stood right in her front. Just right in her front. She was standing there before they came in. And came straight in her front. One is that they have no manner. They don't have manner. They have become blind in their unconsciousness, in their mind, that they don't see that someone is standing there, is standing to take darshan of the deities. Therefore, if I have to stand, this is human. I have seen that so many people does not have a human quality. And until we become human, we cannot start practicing Krishna consciousness. We have to become human before we can start practicing Krishna consciousness. And I'm repeating that I have seen so many people are not human beings. We have lost the human qualities. Don't even have a human nature. So for us to talk about Krishna consciousness is a joke. So see, I'm not surprised that Prabhupada said the majority of devotees are going to heaven. I'm not surprised. I agree 100% with it because I'm seeing someone is standing before the deity. If the person is standing before the deity means what? The person wants to take darshan of the deities. He's taking the darshan of the deities. So you coming and standing right in front of the person means what? You are blocking the person from seeing the deities. What is the message? What is the meaning of that? And then, so this is the first thing. The second thing, the devotee, who's supposed to be at the age of their own mother or a grandmother, gently told them, "Suppose, can you please shift one side so I can see the deity?" What did they do? The boys reacted, "Mataji, you have to behave well. You are Mataji, you have to behave well." This is very, very gross. It is offensive and inhuman. So what will come to the mind of this? Oh, because I'm a woman, that is why the people who does not even have a matric qualification in terms of education, in terms of money, anything, this little baby who are not even qualified to be my grandchildren, they're insulting me because I have what? A woman's body. Therefore, what will happen today is what? Overreaction from women. Women liberation is what? It is overreaction. Women independence is what? Overreaction from how, what do you say, unscrupulous men are behaving. And we see this also in our temple, in our represent temple. We are seeing this in our represent temple. Whatever happened in the environment, it will happen according to the consciousness of that particular environment, in that country. A consciousness of people in that country to manifest in our activities, wherever we are. Mm-hmm. So when I'm traveling at the airport, I'm seeing in some places, in some countries, at the airport, everybody is going to take their bags. They are orderly. People stand orderly. A human being knows that this person is standing here, he's waiting for his or her bag. So I should not come and block the person and stand in front of the person. At least I should stand by the side and wait for my own. But some countries you see this in orderly done and nicely, and you see that the thing moves very fast because everybody has space for each other. We have respect for each other. So things move very, very easily. In some places you go at the airport, you're standing to see the back. Many people are coming to block you, right block here. So that mentality, because it's the mentality of the country, they will also project it inside the temple. They come to the temple. Someone is taking darshan. Another person is coming to stand right in the front. And instead of us, "Oh, I'm very sorry, Mataji, I'm very sorry," and just says, "Move one side." Anytime we see this, you see that the person will never feel offended, will smile. And that also, those who be here also will also smile. Everything, the energy will be very fluent. But when we treat the person like that, you're thinking, oh, look at these children, they don't like this because I'm a woman. Therefore, equal rights, equal right movement, women liberation, women independence. What a man can do, women can do it perfectly better. All this is our overreaction, and it's the fault of the men. Therefore, we can try to avoid this. Even so-called Christian ways is the same thing. It's overreaction. Next, the importance of the sacred institution of marriage is declining. Many men continue to withdraw from responsibility, abandoning their families and creating a new group of poor and homeless. Increasing numbers of women perceiving the institution of marriage as a poor return on their investment, either choose to remain single or to leave their husbands in numbers unprecedented in human society, in human history. Married life is an institution of mutual sharing. That is no more there. This morning we were discussing Sri Upanishad discussion. Transgender. Now women are beginning to feel that they are being cheated. It's only me who is going to carry baby in the womb for 9 months every time and have to take care of the babies alone. So we all did it together, so we have to do it together. So either you start carrying the baby more than me, or you have to do everything which I'm doing. And beyond that, this time I will act as a woman, carry the baby, carry the pregnancy, carry the baby, and everything. Our next preparation to getting a child, we have to go to some processes, doctors, some processes. So the woman will be made like a man, and the man will be made like a woman. And so now he has to, or she has to act like that to carry a baby. And we are thinking that this is a powerful science. We are thinking this is civilization. So we should look at it very carefully. What is motivating this? What is motivating this is due to frustration. It's not due to happiness. It's not due to love. It is frustration. It's anxiety. It is selfishness. We have become so selfish. I'm just thinking about myself. You're thinking about yourself. Nobody thinking about the work of each other. What the Guru is saying here, married life is an institution of mutual sharing. But today, this has gone. This is gone. This mutual sharing has gone. The spirit of sharing has gone. What is there now is selfishness. This is what is present today. Selfishness, anger towards each other. Why are you cheating me? I have to cheat you also. We are equal. So we should do everything. Yes, we have to do everything together, but by nature's law, by nature's arrangement. Everything has different qualities and different performance. Everything. And both of them, why a man and a woman has to come together. A woman has a part to play, and a man has a part to play. But today we want to make a man a woman and a man a woman. All these are demonic activity, and it's a challenge to the material nature, material energy of Krishna. And we have mentioned before, material energy would torment all of us, which is already happening. And it will continue to happen like it because we are not following any process that will stop us and bring us to sanity. Therefore, we will continue to suffer, and our suffering will continue to increase. Because look at the human qualities. Every day, human qualities is going down. Only the animalistic tendency is growing. False ego is growing. Goodness is going down every moment in Kali Yuga. So marriage should be based on mutual sharing, in which both partners can develop higher consciousness. Spiritually speaking, married life is also an excellent opportunity to bring children who are highly evolved souls into this world. That is the purpose of marriage. And in Bhagavatam, Prithu Maharaj has recommended all householders should not bring child less than the Brahma in quality. That is what marriage means. Marriage has not been for lazy people, for irresponsible people. Marriage has been only for responsible people who knows the value of life. They have to bring a highly developed soul to this planet to help the world. Preach Krishna consciousness extensively. But now we are bringing Rakshasas and Rakshasis. They are all in the street, harassing everybody, complete unrest. Now people cannot move freely in the street because of fear of Rakshasas and Rakshasis, tiny Rakshasas and Rakshasis in the street harassing people from all directions. This is indulged in by uncontrolled sex desire and sexual misuse, sexual misuse, sexual abuse. It produces all unwanted situation that everybody is suffering. This is a problem. So it is the responsibility of the Hare Krishna devotees, Hare Krishna members. And Prabhupada said, our job is huge. Our job is huge. You have a huge responsibility. What is that? To bring in God-conscious children. We should not compete with karmis to bring rasasas and raksasis. And we have to bring in the devotees, happy devotees, many devotees, happy devotees. This is the slogan for ISKCON. To bring many devotees. To bring in many devotees, we have to do the right thing. Govardhan Samskara is compulsory. In the third canto of Bhagavatam, Sri Prabhupada said, without Govardhan Samskara, the children in Kali Yuga, they are not human beings. So why are we surprised with what is happening? When we are not producing human beings, why are we surprised? We should not be surprised with what is happening because this is what we are producing. Rakshasas and Rakshasis, there will be unrest as it is going on now. Everybody living in fear. Fear. We cause it by our own control senses. So we have the huge responsibility. They teach that the consciousness of the men and women at the time of conception helps determine the kind of child that is attracted to the womb. What kind of child is going to come to the womb? It depends on the consciousness of the parent. In the Western world, in some places in the Western world, all over the places now, a woman is drinking and smoking. The man is also drinking and smoking. And under the influence of smoke and drinking, they are not happy with each other. Everybody are living with each other as enemies. The woman is not happy with the man. The man is not happy with the woman. And both of them are having sex. What kind of child is going to come to that woman? Rupa Goswami? Srila Prabhupada? Narada Muni, what are you going to come there? Associate of Kamsa, associate of Sisupa, Jarasandha, Denukasura, Columbusura, Utana. All the associates of Lord Shiva, they will come as punishment. So while we're speaking about this, as a devotee asked me, I did the samskara, but my child is not taken to Krishna consciousness. I said the priest who performed the puja for you, or the devotee who spoke the philosophy for you, who came to the, or who did the abhishekam for you, that priest who conducted that jagya is a greedy one, is not a devotee, not proper devotee. Greedy. He came there because of money he's going to get from you. He didn't come there because of his, because he has a good mind and let me go and perform this jagya so that good soul be able to come, be attracted to come to this family. We need a devotee. That person, the pujari didn't come there with that mood. That pujari came there because of the money he's going to get. And looking at, and I'll prove to you what I'm saying is not a lie, it's true. Some people will not go to perform kirtan if they know that the person is a poor man. Some Swami is not visit any country that they are not going to give him a big donation after visiting there. Many Swamis should not go there. They will go to a particular country, a family, you know that family is a billionaire. Oh, yes. We'll go for the kirtan in the house because you know that at the end we're going to get a very big envelope. Thousands of rupees or dollars will be given. The same way, if Pujari is come to come and do jagya in the house, to come and do some purificatory things, you're going to look at the quality of the household that is going to the house. All those are poor householders. I'm busy, I will not have time to go there. But if he knows that they're very wealthy, they give, oh, I'm going there. We'll go there. And they're going to sing as if they are coming from Vaikunta. It's all about the money they are going to get, not about it. So that kind of a person, the performance there is materialistic. When you look at the Bhagavatam, what is there recommended? Lord Krishna requested the parent, call the Brahmanas who never tell a lie to come and perform jagya. Call a Brahmana who is not greedy. He will never look at someone's property. Call a Brahmana who is satisfied with what he has. So Brahmanas, their blessing works automatically. Let him perform that, you see, the child will be a bhakta. Yes, that is one. Another one, then the devotee, another devotee, some devotees a few years ago, I saw some devotee were arguing on the net. I didn't talk, didn't participate because it is senseless to me. I like to be direct. So, some of us, our parents did not do samskara, and we became attracted to Krishna consciousness. Why is that? If everything depends on samskara. Yes, it's a good question. Very good question. The answer is what? That when a person sins in knowledge, you suffer more. When a person sins in ignorance, you suffer less. The suffering is only gross. The person sins in knowledge, you suffer both gross and mental. The mind will beat you, chastise you, will haunt you. And physically, you're going to get a lot of chastisement and embarrassment. So you suffer both ways, you suffer more. So some of us, our parents are not devoted to take to Krishna because we have been crying for long for help. So Krishna brought us to Krishna consciousness. And now that we're in Krishna consciousness and we know what we're supposed to do, if we don't do it, a child which will be given to us punishment. There will be an anxiety how the child is not taken to Krishna consciousness. Why the child will take to Krishna? What do we do that the child will take to Krishna consciousness? We know that this is what should be done and it's not done. See, better we shouldn't know. Better that we shouldn't know. And act simply. Gurudev already mentioned that it's better that we don't even don't even take to Krishna consciousness and don't take to Krishna consciousness and start committing a lot of offenses to everyone. So this is what is happening. They do the samskara, should do it nicely. And the spiritual master should give blessing and give permission. And if he is happy, he is satisfied, invoke his soul that will come to that moment. He will be a devotee. He will be a devotee. A practical example, one of my friends in Mauritius told me, yes, she can see the difference between the two children. She has two children, the one without samskara and the one with samskara. She can see clearly the difference. She told me this, she confessed, she told me this. The difference is there. So our child cannot tell lie, the scripture cannot tell lie. And they have everything they did, it is for our own good. They have carefully analyzed everything before speaking before you. So it is very important for us to follow what our charities recommend. And the scripture recommends. We live a very healthy life. People often want to be in dark place, intoxicated, and animalistic and self-centered as possible. This is wrong. Darkness means what is ignorance. We already mentioned intoxication. Intoxication. What kind of child would that be? Would be very irresponsible, no respect for the elders, be a rogue and harassing everybody, break people windscreens and do children's head like a King Bena. Yes, we don't want that. A spiritually focused couple understand that the man and woman can prepare themselves mentally and spiritually for the sexual exchange so that the encounter will become a divine experience in which the parties are sharing energies of the higher nature. Yes, that is how it should be. It's a spiritual activity. So it is household ashram. It is an ashram. I mean, it is spiritual. So we shouldn't make it material. It's an ashram that we are preparing for such a, just like we prepare for exam. So we should have the same consciousness, the same mentality. We're going to bring, what kind of a child we're going to bring here? So what kind of relationship will be? We should be happy with each other. We should be very happy. The girl has to be very, very happy and never be angry. And the man also feel happy and satisfied and prepare themselves very nicely. Prepare themselves very nicely. It's a union. Union means what? Want to share feeling with each other. Want to share. Want to do something which is wonderful. So we should be happy. If you do something without being happy, nothing done in such a situation that will produce a good thing. I just have some agitation, I just jump on the woman, is not happy, no one is happy. Even in the Bible, it is said what? A woman should be submissive, and the marriage bed should be kept holy. It means they both should be happy with each other. It's sharing of higher consciousness and inviting a divine personality to come in to help. This is what marriage means. It is not a material activity, and we should not bring it to that level. Before engaging in sexual activity, if a couple meditate, chant, and pray so that the consciousness becomes surcharged, the exchange becomes a divine encounter and a service. Yes, this is how it should be. It's a service, happy, smiling, feeling very good with each other. We should be in it. in ecstasy. It should be ecstatic. When I was guiding a couple, a devotee, my friend, I was guiding them on this. And then we guide them all through. And then he told me, when we chant this 50 round, when we chant it, we don't have any feeling again. So I don't feel like doing it. I said, no, Prabhu, that is good. You should do it, because now you're not doing it because you like it. Now you're doing it. That is good, Prabhu. So please do it. And the child came. We're very happy with that. We're very happy. This is how it should be. To seek God consciousness does not mean to lead a life of privation. It is not. This is a divine. So we say the regulative principle for freedom. It is not punishment. It's for us to get refined so we can do something which is divine, which will help everybody be happy with. All of us we're very happy to see that our child, 7 years old, has memorized the whole 700 pages of our Gita. You don't want to blame Redanga, not interested in anything, so full absorbed in studying the scripture. Every time you see the boy sitting with Bhagavatam before him and take prasad and say, Mommy, I'm coming, don't worry, don't worry, I can tell you later and do something. You will put the child in the net to come on, the whole world should come and see the kind of child we have. Everybody wants that. But if we want that child, we have to work for it. And that is the whole thing Christian conscience is about. So we should not think that ISKCON, just full of law, principle, rule, don't. No, that is not Christian consciousness. That is not. It's a preparation to make us human beings so we can do Christian consciousness nicely. Yes. To seek God consciousness does not mean to lead a life of deprivation, weighed down by rules and regulations or restrictions. Instead, it means to experience the higher pleasures of the senses by regulating and controlling the lower ones in order to become free from the stimuli of the immediate environment. Those who are, continue, the next. Those who wish to subdue the flesh will be wise not to eat the flesh of others, because it is violence. You cannot be violent and expect to be free from anxiety, because it will cause other people pain. They're going to have the same experience, not otherwise. Those who do not eat sufficiently can grow weak and become unable to maintain proper sense control. On the other hand, those who eat too much can fall prey to the social agitation, obesity, and lethargy. Leaders, next, who are genuinely interested in world peace should seek inner peace first by controlling the senses, regulating the sexual energy, and refusing to perceive others as mere sex objects. To be a leader means not to bring a slave, not being a slave to passions or senses. To be a leader, we have mentioned the other day, when in the back of time we hear Parishit Maharaj is called what? Arindama. Arindama means what? The conqueror of the enemies. A conqueror of the enemies means it doesn't mean what we consider enemies. It means that we have control over the senses. We have control over the senses. So a leader means what? One who has control over the senses, one who can tell the senses no. Don't be in this way. It should be in this way. It should be engaged in this way. That is Arindama, a leader, one who can lead by creating, developing inner peace himself. And this is what we need. Otherwise, as we have mentioned before, you are empty, I am empty. Empty, empty people are coming together to fill the gap. We will end in frustration. We will end in fighting each other. We will never be happy. We will not be satisfied. The best thing is that we ourselves should what? We should try to be a devotee. We should practice Krishna consciousness. We should be happy. Then, whomever we meet, we will also make that person happy. The Gurudev explained in a spiritual warrior book. If we want love, we should try to give love to people. Some people who are waiting for people to love them before they give love, they will never get it. Because that is not the process. Give, then you will get. That is the process, the principle, the process. If you are preoccupied with immediate gratifications and pleasures, where will you find the intelligence and insight to mature, long-term planning and development? Nowhere. Therefore, effective leadership starts by seeing a good example, by setting a good example, which means that you have conquered the senses rather than being manipulated or destroyed by them. This is Krishna.
It's 4 o'clock.
Good, thank you very much. And we end on time, 4 o'clock. Hare Krishna to all of you. And we have been dealing with controlling the senses. And the principle how to control the senses is what we have been discussing. And we are grateful to His Holiness Swami Maharaj for giving these wonderful tools. Now we have to apply them. And we have to apply them. If you want to cook nicely, the first thing is to learn how to cook. Then you have to know how to use equipment, the ingredients and the equipment, the machines in the kitchen. You have to learn how to use a blender first. You have to learn how to use the cooker, how to put it. You have to learn, you have to understand the material, the ingredients, the tools. Then application will come in. This is what we have been discussing. We wish all of you a mastery of the senses, ability, and the blessing of His Holiness the Bhakti Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shri Gurudev. Thank you very much for sharing the wonderful knowledge. Devotees, if they have questions, they can raise their hands or post them in the chat, and we'll call them one by one. And we have a question, Gurudev, from a previous session that we somehow missed because it came through YouTube chat. So last time, unfortunately, we missed it. It was from Radhakund Mataji. So she's saying, Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj Ji, Dandavat Pranam in your divine lotus feet. For devotees to marry a non-devotee and expect them to follow these higher principles, is it correct?
They don't know it, how will they follow it? They don't know it, how will they follow it? You cannot marry a non-devotee and try to force them to become a devotee. Who can try? If we are very, very fortunate, very lucky, and you can make our partner a devotee. It's fortunate. Sometimes, so most people, they will not agree. No. When I get married to you, this was not there. So you're bringing this thing inside. I'm not ready for it. Please, I don't want this. So it will become a big challenge. If we are getting married, then we should prepare ourselves so we don't put ourselves in the problem in the future. if you're already married, then we can try to do it alone and not to push the partner. And by our progress and our behavior, the other partner will be able to see and come naturally interested to follow by her own or by himself. That we can do. But it is difficult for non-devotee to follow. We already mentioned today. It's difficult for non-devotee because we are very degraded. We already mentioned in the class. So we should prepare ourselves right from the beginning so we can avoid unnecessary problem in the future. I say we have seen that, and sometimes you see people pretend because if I like the girl or I like the boy, I can say yes, no problem. Yes, I agree with you. Yeah, I will follow. Yes. I have interest in you. Then I'm doing that so that when I get in, then I can say no, I don't like this thing. What is all this? Because now I know that we are already married now, so we are tied up together. So what are you going to do? No, I don't want this. I have one friend who told me that. She told me that, when I was getting married to my husband, I was not a devotee. She quote, I was not a devotee that time. Only my husband was a devotee. So when they introduced him to me and they were telling me all these things, a devotee, I accepted the marriage because in my mind I was thinking, when I get married to him, I will take him out of that place. So that was her plan. She told me this. That was her plan. Accepting the marriage. But when she came in, after some time, then she brought her nature out. No, I'm not going to follow these things. No, this is blah, 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 blah. She was talking. But unfortunately, the man was fixed in his Christian consciousness. So he told her clearly, my friend, if you don't want, bye.
No, I think there's some network issue and we have lost Maharaj's association right now. We are trying to fix it and hope. Okay, yes, Maharaj is back.
You didn't hear me?
Gurudev, I think we lost you from the some part we lost.
Where did you hear last?
The person was fixed in Krishna consciousness. This is what we heard.
Yes, both of them are my friends. Both of them are my friends. So the wife was telling me this her intention of coming to Krishna consciousness. She wanted to accept the marriage, and when she gets into it, after then she will take the husband out of Krishna consciousness. So she told me she tried. But the man told her, hey, my friend, I didn't cheat you. Right from the beginning, I told you I'm a devotee. I didn't hide it from you. And this is what I have decided to do. Nobody forced me into it. This is what I wanted to do because I know what it is and this is what I want. So if you don't want it, I will. But I am going to do this. With you or without you, I'm going to do this, and you cannot stop me from it. So she joined. Now she's initiated. I'm preaching Christian consciousness. So the man is very strong. So he won. Sometimes Krishna also want to check our strength in Christian consciousness. Here in Nigeria, I also have one friend. I have one god brother also. The same situation. He was a banker. Both of them. They met in the bank where they were working. They were working in a bank. They are bankers. And they met. And because this devotee he is good. He's very, very good. And in the company, everybody respected him. He has won several awards from the company. Every year, the best worker in the company, he always won that prize. So this lady became attracted to him and she was talking. So the boys, they say, see, I'm a Hare Krishna person. It is there I got my, you see all the character, everything you see I'm displaying here, I got it from the Hare Krishna movement. They trained me. So everything is from there. This is my religion. He said, yeah, no problem. I know that. Yeah, I will follow. No problem. No problem. Yes, sir. They're talking about God. So it's the same thing now. It's just a different name. That is all. It's one God. She was preaching seriously to the boy. So eventually they got married. She took the boy to the parent and introduced him. And she introduced this devotee to her own parent and told him that he is a member of the Hare Krishna movement. He said, what is Hare Krishna? He explained, oh, okay, those people, yeah, they used to dance in the street. He said, yes, she's a member. Very good. So they all agreed. All of them agreed. So they got married. She was following everything nicely. As soon as they got a child, and the lady said, you know, she's not practicing, but she comes to temple sometimes, the festival. She comes with her husband. She takes prasadam. She's not against, follow. At least she was doing it. After the child, and after some time, then she said, you know, my mother is coming to visit me, and she's not a devotee. So are we supposed to force her to not eat meat? So the devotee said, no, I'm not going to force her not to eat meat. See, eating meat in the house, I'm not going to force her not to eat meat. I'm not going to force her. I've never done that. They said, yes, now she's coming to stay with us. She's going to visit us. She's going to stay with us. So she will cook the meat here. Then they will say, okay, that one, there's no problem. There's no problem. She can come and cook the meat here, no problem. But take it from me that I'm not going to take this house. I'm not going to take anything. I would just remove all my things from here outside. And you will never see me here again. Because you know, right from the beginning, you introduced me to the same woman. You did the introduction. I didn't tell the woman who I was. You introduced me to your mother, to your parents. And they all accepted me as their in-law. And today you're telling me she's come. Is it the first time she's coming to our house? And now she's going to cook meat in the house here. Yeah, let her come and cook here. But this is the end between us. I'm leaving. You can stay here with your mother and cook for me. No problem. I'm not taking anything from you. I'm not taking the house from you. No problem. She cried and talked and talked. I said, see, I have finished with this case. I have finished with it. I have finished with this case. I have nothing more to talk about. So she has to succumb. We have to know what we are looking for and decide what we want to do. If you're not sure what we're doing what we want to do here, we will not be able to take the challenge seriously and pass the test and be promoting our Christian consciousness. So we should be ready for that. And our charters are not leaving any stone unturned. They are teaching us everything so that we know what to do. Better that we should plan so that we succeed. We should plan to succeed. Don't plan to fail. There's no intelligence in that. All right?
Yes, Srila Gurudev, thank you. And we have a few questions now.
Yes,
From one is from George Omega Prabhu, one Pranari Prabhuji, and one from YouTube by Krishna Chandra Prabhuji. So the question from George Prabhuji is, Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the insight, depth knowledge. Maharaj, I will like to know what account for more women population over men in Kali Yuga, perhaps in the other time. For example, in the Yuga where Mother Draupadi married to the 5 Pandavas, were the men more than the women? Hare Krishna.
well, we have more women than men. Means what? is that men are very lazy. Men are lazy. Men are always lazy. We are in ignorance to think that we are strong, but actually we are lazy. Lazy. That's what, like I said, what is men are lazy. Hmm? If the woman is one calling the husband, all the children will be women. But if the man is calling the man, so there will be boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. It's a science that we have to learn. And many people don't know these things. All these things in our scriptures. The people don't know, they don't approach according to Upanishad. We are not approaching the acharyas. We don't approach the scriptures. We are whimsically acting. That's the problem. And we are not. Soul is a soul, whether a man or woman. Doesn't matter. But because the Rajarisis, they have the responsibility to get a man to lead. So they plan to have male child first. Then women can come after that because the man has to go and meet with the man before he retire. But these days that people are getting married when they are 50 years. So this thing is already outside. It's already outside. So you just have to use it, make the best use of the bad bargain. This is all we're doing now. Hmm? So we see that those Kshatriya can marry many women. It's not bad. Polygamy is there in the Vedas. Of course, there is a principle how to do that. The first wife should be Brahman. But Kali Yuga, where is that? Where is that? In a Vedic culture, where the things are organized, that's the process. The first wife will be a Brahman. Second will be Kshatriya. The third one will be Vaishya. The fourth one will be Sudra. And the fifth one, the fifth one then will be Mlecha. So it's a big science because they will respect each other. A Sudra is not going to talk to Vaishya for respect. No. We start with respect. So there will be respect. If it is mixed, there will be problem. So Brahmana, then they will argue because they are equal. They will fight. But if a Brahmana Kshatriya, they will not fight because they will respect each other. Except some special situation like Samista and Danista, Shukracharya daughter and a daughter of Brihaspati. You see that there is a hierarchy, demarcation. Yes. All right. Next question.
Yes, Srila Gurudev. The next question is from Pranhari Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandut Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Happy to
How are
see
you,
you.
Maharaj? Yeah,
Good.
same here, Maharaj. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, Maharaj, I have one question and one small incident I want to tell you later on. First, let me ask you a question. Maharaj, my question is that, we practice Krishna consciousness as per our convenient thing, actually. And we try to control our senses. But I find sometimes, I feel okay, I'm okay. But sometimes I feel that, okay, it is going out of, hand, and my minds and the senses are going in different directions. So, I try to control it, but again, it get control for some time, again comes back, it is bounce back, so it's so how to handle this?
We should never feel okay at any time.
Okay. Right.
Never feel okay at any time. Yes. That is the way it has to be. Never. Okay. Okay with what?
True.
Mm-hmm. In this material world, somebody have been chasing you and you say, yeah, okay, you stop running. A casualty.
Yes.
So no, we have to keep running until we get to the destination. Yes. Please keep running. Yes. That's what we learn from our Goswami. Prabhupada explained the Goswami. They never say they have seen Krishna. They are always a Krishna. They never say, oh Krishna, where are you? Are you the base of Govardhan? You are the where? Radhakund, Bamsivat, where? They are seeing, but they show us like that. You know, they don't see, but that is a principle that we have to follow. Not okay at any time. Never okay. Yes.
Maharaj, there was a small, Swami Vivekanand.
Yes, we have had
Okay,
a
so he was giving a lecture in Chicago, and after giving lecture, a lady met him. The lady was not that kind of character, and she said to Vivekanand that I want a son from you. And then Vivekanand replied, "Why you want a son?" He said, "You are very intelligent, you are very intellectual, and you are from India. I heard that Indian people are very spiritual in nature, so I want a son like you." Then he replied a very nice, he replied a very nice answer, which you know maybe, that he said that from today you become my mother. So that is basically, that what message you have written actually, that a man can begin to think all women as mother. So that is basically that, we have to learn from that, as you mentioned, it's very nice. And if we understand this one philosophy, then I think many things will get in control,
Yes. Yes. But today women don't want to be called women. Mataji. No, don't call me Mataji. Why Mataji? Call me Prabhu. I'm Prabhu. So there's a serious debate going on. Prabhu, I'm Prabhu. Proper call women Prabhu. So I'm Prabhu. Don't call me Mataji. What is Mataji? You don't know that. You don't know that. People don't know that. What is it? So I was asking them, so can you call Mother Yashoda Prabhu? Can you do that? How would she feel? Yashoda Prabhu, or Devaki Prabhu. How would they feel if we address them? How would they feel? Have we ever thought of it? But the whole thing comes down to what? Men are squeezing women too much and they are overreacting. They're not reacting, they're overreacting. And that is the problem. So it is a fault with us. I give example like people disrespect the women and do all kinds of things. So even to have a human body food is so like inferior. It's inferior. It's women who are controlling everything. I'm not joking when I say men are lazy, they're weak. I'm serious about it because it is true. Mm. But yes, when we see a woman, it's a mother, will you abuse your mother? We have a respect. But today we don't want to be addressed as mother. We want to be a man. Call me Prabhu. So if I call you Prabhu, will you be a man? You become a man? Just because I call you Prabhu. And people start respecting you because I call you Prabhu. They will still mistreat you because people who are mistreating, who are abusing women, they have that nature already. Wherever they go, they will do the nonsense because that is what they are. Even if you write Prabhu on your face, they will still mistreat because that is their nature. And people who have respect, they will have respect. Whatever you are, even if you're a daughter, they will still respect you. Take care. Yes. It's better for us to learn how to take care of women, especially So they will not feel inferior, they will not feel marginalized, they will not feel nonsense, will be abused, you know. So overreaction. If you beat a woman in the US, you'll be arrested. It's violence. But in India, if you beat a woman, nice, okay. No, but it is condemned in the scripture. A man should never raise his hand on a woman. This is a fourth country, never. Don't do that. In a community where a woman is not respected, don't expect anything good in that community. Nothing good in that community.
True.
Because they are the carrier of divinity. Yes, I was speaking with Santa. How can she asked me, how can something from Krishna will control Krishna? I say, oh, you don't know. That is Srimati Radharani. She control Krishna. The only person who can control Krishna. Why? Because it's Krishna's pleasure potency personified. So she's the one who are controlling Krishna. And all women should be her extension, her representative. So how would they be inferior? So it's a lack of knowledge. Yes, so should be respected more than Indian. The ownership Chitraketu Maharaj, Parvati cursed him. He offered obeisance to her and addressed her, my dear mother. Not pretending, not that it's a show, but she felt like, my dear mother. Thank you. It's my dear mother. She became sorry for doing that. One prosper, women should be nicely treated with respect. Genuinely respected. See, opulence will follow you everywhere, both material and spiritual. You know? So if a woman wants to be happy, where will he go? It's a woman. Yes. Because it's a potency, the pleasure potency. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Maharaj. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Shamurari, what do you have for us?
Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Gurudev, I had a question. You spoke in the beginning that the perverted energy, the lust, people having excessive material desires, distinctions, and different kind of desires originating from passion.
We don't want any advice. We don't want advice. It's all lost energy. No advice. We are not ready for advice. Our ego is very high. This is lost.
So, Srila Gurudev, the question is, many a time, the desire for achieving something becomes the drive to work hard. And now sometimes we become devotee, or we hear a lot of Krishna consciousness, so we go to other extreme where we think now no need to work hard, Krishna will provide things, or our as you mentioned that we become lazy, men become lazy because there's another. So now without having the desire and still to work hard becomes difficult for one to function. So how to do that, Srila Gurudev? Because we hear we
Yes, Krishna consciousness is not for lazy people. You're not being inactive. A devotee is inactive by being active. That's a devotee. A devotee is inactive by being active. Means that his activity is seriously busy, working very hard, but his activity does not produce any negative reaction. That's what it means. Not that he's lazy. In contrast to a monist or a yogi just sitting in one place, practice silence and meditation, not to handle it. He's active because all his activity will produce negative results. So catch him up later on.
Just to add, where should the line be drawn? Because sometimes when we become active, so either we are over endeavoring for the pleasing Krishna in that sense, or we should be satisfied. Okay, this much is what Krishna wants from me. So now, and again the desire comes in the picture. So where the line should be, either it's become easy to become detached. Very easy to become detached, and this is what Krishna wants for me. Maybe Krishna desires this.
Detachment is not easy like that. Detachment is not like that. Detachment is based on knowledge. Based on knowledge. So we have to where's the line? Where do we draw the line? We have to draw the line where. What am I? Whom am I working for? Whom am I working for? What I'm doing, is it approved by our acharyas in the scripture? When Krishna told Arjuna to fight, he didn't tell him to go and meditate. Go. I already killed all these people. So just watch me and see how I'm going to deal with them. Krishna didn't say that. It's work. When His Holiness Dhira Maharaj told his Prabhupada, I cannot think of Krishna. Every day I'm looking at the people stealing, counting iron rods and counting cement. Prabhupada, please allow me to go to Vrindavan. So the Prabhupada said, yes. You go? Oh, I'm a good disciple. Yeah, go to Vrindavan. He said, no. He said, Prabhupada asked him, don't you want to be purified? Count the iron rod, count the cement, and check people from stealing. That is your Krishna consciousness. And he added, do you think Krishna told Arjuna to go and meditate in the forest? He said, no, we have to fight. Your duty is to fight. That is it. So fight. So it should fight. But for Krishna. So we have to check and see if it is for Krishna or not for Krishna. If it is for Krishna, His Holiness God Govinda Maharaj said, if for Krishna, we should do it now. Now. If it's not for Krishna, we should think about 360 times before we do it. Yes, so we should check and see. Is it for Krishna? It's for Krishna, we can do anything. Yes.
For Krishna, there is no over endeavor, Srila Gurudev, if it is for Krishna.
If it is for Krishna, there is no over endeavor. If it is for Krishna. If it is for Krishna, there is no over endeavor. Is it over endeavor? Srila Prabhupada wanted the whole money in the world, the whole world. Is it over endeavor? Srila Prabhupada wanted the whole money in the whole world. Is it over endeavor? If you look at it materially, that is greed. That is excessive greed. The whole world. Prabhupada give the money. That is not, because it's for Krishna. And it's not for himself. He's not going to take anything from it. It's for Krishna, to be used in Krishna. And it will not be sufficient for Prabhupada. It will not be sufficient. Because it's for Krishna. If we are doing it in the name of Krishna, but internally it is our own, it is on our endeavor. Since Upanishad, let of instruction clearly define that. Over endeavoring for mundane things which are difficult to obtain. Mundane things which are difficult to obtain. is our endeavor. It will destroy our bhakti. So if I say, okay, I lead like Prabhupada wanted the whole money in the whole world for myself, that's not my endeavor. If I want to build a temple of Vedic planetarium for myself, that is our endeavor. So our endeavor, but for Krishna, it is not. That is nothing. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Shalagar.
Next question. What time is now?
Okay, if there are other questions, we can have them. Devotees can send them through the chat or raise their hands. That Abhishek.
Questions are finished.
Yes, Gurudev, we do not have questions now.
Okay.
So-
It's 4:30. So
Yes, Gurudev. So there is one announcement before we conclude. There is one announcement. Next week, we will be having a break as we have the online Vyas Puja celebrations. And we all welcome all the devotees to join the most auspicious celebrations on 4th, 5th, and 6th of June. Hari Bol. Jai.
Hare Krishna.
So
Prabhupada ki jai.
thank you, Srila Gurudev, for giving us your association. And we would like to have your association again and again and again. We thank you very much for giving us your association.